Views expressed in this podcast are for entertainment purposes only and do not reflect any affiliated organizations. Listener discretion is advised.
All right. Back
Episode 10, right?
in action. Episode
Holy
10.
moly.
Just like that. I mean, what, 2.5 months of actual recording?
Yeah,
Time flies when you're having fun.
it's crazy. That's crazy.
Crazy. And we took some time off, like holidays and shit. And
Yep.
vacation.
Yeah.
It's been a journey. And I love sharing these moments with you guys with you two, and I love some of the feedback that we're getting from the people that we get to communicate with online. So it's been fun. It's been a nice journey. I want to kick this off with you, Scott. Like, I want you to lead the way here.
Oh, yeah. So this guy, Bryan Kohberger, just got sentenced to 4 life terms and 10 years extra on top of that for nobody cares. I don't know why. They're like, oh, yeah, 4 life terms, throw an extra 10, no big deal. And this was all based on a plea deal that he took to protect himself from the unalived penalty. Which, yeah. So basically, the basic story, which is not all that crazy, it's the details that get it crazy. The basic story is this guy was somebody who lived in like a town over from Moscow, Idaho, came over to the University of Idaho and went into this house and unalived these 4 people in their like party house that was like on the party street of University of Idaho. Call it King Street. The crazy thing is, and this is my theory, and you can bust it if you want, I feel like this dude was trying to be a real life Dexter. Like they caught this dude on his, we think his first, unaliving
Foray
attack.
into killing.
Yeah. Like, this guy has no connection. They still do not know why. There's no motive in this case, right? He has a bachelor's degree in psychology. He has a master's degree in criminology. And he was in school as a PhD doctoral student for criminology.
Wow.
Right? So this dude watched Dexter and was like, I want to be that guy when he was younger. And like, there's no DNA at the crime scene, except for one piece, and I'll tell you about what that is. No DNA at the crime scene. Let me just walk you through the events. So apparently, this guy over a couple months before he went into that house was like tracking these people down, like learning their ways and learning where they live and all this other stuff, right?
Doing recon.
Like doing the recon, right? So he does some recon, and then he decides this night, this is what's going to happen, right? All of the residents of this house, which are like 6 people, they go to a party. They come back at like 2:00 in the morning to their house. This one girl, first of all, I didn't know you could buy DoorDash this late at night, but she gets a DoorDash at like 4:08, right?
Whoa.
Nice.
It must be a college town.
In the morning, right?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's University of Idaho, so like, but still, there's only like, I don't know, 30,000 people that live in this area. Apparently, everybody in this area doesn't lock their doors. They're just like, this is just one of those places. Nothing like this happens. They haven't had a homicide in this town in 8 years. And
like,
that homicide was like domestic. You know what I mean? So this guy shows up. It's estimated at 4:17. So imagine if the DoorDasher showed up like 10 minutes later and could hear what was going on inside, because there was no firearm used in this. He used a knife. for all 4 of them.
But there was no DNA, so this must have been clean.
So wait, there was DNA.
Okay.
There was DNA, and that's how they figured out. That's how they nailed him, really. That's the only evidence they have, though. So he shows up at 417. He parks his car behind the house, on a street behind the house. Walks in, goes straight to the 3rd floor. There's 3 floors in this house. So there's 6 people in the house at the moment, right? Walks in, goes to the 3rd floor, wrecks this first girl, and it was like 34 times.
Punctured?
In the face.
What?
Some of it in the face. Like, they couldn't even recognize this girl.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Guys, we're going to continue with this, but trigger warning for... This is going to get a little graphic. Sorry for those who already listened, but yeah. I guess...
Yeah.
go.
Hindsight.
So the girl across the hall, she actually is sleeping like with her boyfriend.
Okay.
Across the hall, right? So she hears some ruffling or whatever. She comes out into the hallway, and boom, she gets it, right? And I think it was like 50-something times on that girl.
What?
And then he goes into her room and gets the dude, right?
And like everyone's just sleeping?
I mean, it's 4:00 in the morning, and they were partying all day. They started partying at 10:00 in the morning.
I guess that.
So they were like,
they probably pass out into that deep sleep, like when like you're drinking, you just like knock out, and that's like you're dead.
Oh yeah. So now he's got 3 victims, right? Actually, I'm sorry, I might be wrong about the first room. I think maybe the 4th victim was in the room with that other girl. So he got them both at the same time. And then that, the girl from across the hall came out of the room, got her, went into that room, got the boyfriend. And now the 2 girls that lived downstairs, they were like, there's something going on. Like, because I'm not sure if they were the ones that just got DoorDash or not, but they were like, something's got to be going on. So they come out into the hallway. They like go up the stairs. They're like, what is that? And this dude comes down and passes this girl and doesn't do anything.
Wow. Imagine being that girl.
I know, right?
So she's just perfectly fine. Nothing happened to her.
She's perfectly fine.
And hold on. Fine. Could she identify him?
Nah, he was wearing a black mask, all black clothes, had a hoodie on, had gloves on.
Oh, shit. Imagine waking up and like this ninja-looking dude comes walking by you on the steps.
Knife in hand, blood all over the knife.
That is wild.
Yeah. She said that she froze.
Deer in headlights.
She could not move.
I don't blame her.
And the dude just walked by and walked out the back door.
Like, that is wild. Like, you just took care of 4 people.
Yup.
It is a bloodbath, and you walk by somebody casually and just walk right out the door.
Some people speculate why, but like nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Like what are some of the speculations?
The speculation is that, I mean, he just knifed 4 people.
Yeah,
he's tired.
But Dexter, if he wanted to mimic Dexter, Dexter was like, he was going after bad people.
Yeah, but you got to imagine this is his first time.
Yeah, but even when, like, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Obviously, we don't know, and I mean, it does make sense. He's taking all of these courses. From what I heard, he was a straight A student. Like, he was a very astute gentleman. And
yeah, dude, he had 27. I saw a resume that because he applied to like the police department in the town that he was in at university, and he 4.0 GPA. He only had 1 course left, which was his capstone, right, for his master's. Like, super smart dude. He's actually autistic.
Yeah,
in some sense. And OCD.
Did they hire him?
And OCD. No, they didn't hire him because they felt that he lacked the ability to gain people's trust.
So it's the police department's fault
for not hiring him.
Yep.
So he's after the police department.
No, that set him off on his.
Yeah.
Maybe. But there was an event that happened right before this, and I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
So he walks out. He gets into his car and takes all back roads all the way back. By the way, turned his phone off before he left his apartment 10 miles away, right? Knew that they could track him with his phone, but wasn't smart enough to turn his phone off when he went to go do recon. Idiot. So that's part of the case that they build up to get him, right? Takes all back roads, so no video finds him, but there is video in the town that shows that his car showed up and left. So didn't catch that. Although he was in like a white Hyundai Elantra. Now, like to us, that might not be a weird, like that's a pretty common car for us. This is Idaho. I'm not like there's a lot of snow there, so I'm not sure like two-wheel vehicles are like as common maybe here.
Yeah, makes sense.
I see what you're saying.
But still,
it's cold as hell.
I think they were looking for this car, and there was like 5,000 white Elantras within like a pretty good radius in the area.
I mean, that's a lot.
That is a lot
for a small 30,000.
Yeah. Well, I think it was more like in the larger area.
Okay.
So anyway, now this girl who just saw this dude walk by with a ski mask, I'm not going to call her names, but you're going to know what kind of names I would call her in just a second. She goes back into the room with the other girl downstairs, and they stay in their room until like 10 o'clock in the morning. Don't call anybody. They don't say anything. They just sit there in the room until like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Wait, hold on.
The plot thickens. That's
like,
odd.
Okay, so I can understand deer in the headlights. I can understand like not wanting to make a sound because it looks like he's walking out the back door, but he could still be in the house.
He could come back.
Right? And he's already been there. So I could understand you going into a room, like sheltering in place, barricading, all of those things. But everyone has a phone. Like, why not call? Like, you can hit the side of your iPhone 5 times and it calls the police. And if you don't say anything, they're just coming. Send. I learned this firsthand experience because I accidentally did this at a New Year's Eve party. We were at the Shermans for a New Year's Eve party, and the cops showed up at their house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, like, I don't understand. I'm confused. Like, I can understand you not wanting to make a sound. I can understand like not wanting to make a noise. I can understand barricading. But like,
I don't get it.
Wow.
And what's crazier is, I mean, how does it get crazier, right? So these girls kind of shelter in place downstairs. The back door is on the second floor, right? So she went down like a whole flight of stairs from where she saw the dude, Bryan Kohberger.
Or so they say.
And they don't do anything till like 9-10 o'clock in the morning. Then they call a friend, or they text a friend, like, hey, something weird is happening.
So wait, they text a friend. They don't call 911.
Nope.
Still at 10 a.m.
Still.
Did they check the rooms? Did they know anything? Did they know anything that happened at all?
They didn't check the rooms.
They saw a guy with blood on a knife and all blacked out ski mask and everything, and they didn't check on their roommates.
And this is 4:30 in the morning.
What
let's
normal
just call
person?
It. So that's 5.5 hours. Just like.
So and they're not in any trouble.
They wait until they're not. No. They
I don't know how they could be in trouble, but like there is that thing.
You're like, are they in on it?
Yeah, I mean that seems like, to be more of the thing. Like,
yeah. So they text their friend, right? And then they were like, hey, can you and your boyfriend Hunter come over and go check out this go check out the house because like I don't know, I don't want to leave my room. I don't know what's happening. Something weird's happening. I saw somebody weird in the house last night or this morning, right? And
did she say that she saw the knife?
I don't know if she saw the knife.
Okay.
But the dude had the knife on him when he was leaving.
Sure, but
like they still have not found this knife.
Okay. And I understand. Like, so this story ends up like, all right, I'm trying to give her an out, right? I'm trying to give her a pass all circumstances, right? You're scared. You see a strange person in the house and like, you don't really know. Let's just say she didn't see the knife.
Maybe she thought it was a burglar.
Yeah.
You know?
But you still call 911.
Yeah, she didn't. She didn't.
This reminds me of the time that was it Bill Nye, the science guy? See the one that had a heart attack in auditorium and like people were recording it instead of calling 911?
Oh, if that happened, I didn't know about it.
Yeah, I think it was Bill Nye, the science guy. It was someone like doing in front of the classroom or a lecture somewhere and had like a heart attack. And like they were recording it instead of calling 911.
Yeah, that happens.
Now,
people are dumb.
That like I don't understand that in society. Period. Like call 911.
I can't make a call and record it at the same time. You got to go viral, bro.
Sure.
You got to go viral.
This guy.
Priorities here. Priorities here, bro.
No
it's
expense
wild.
for fame.
FaceTime 911 and record the FaceTime.
It's freaking wild though, right? So this friend comes over with her boyfriend, right? And his name is Hunter something.
Hunter Biden.
And they're all like friends, like they were all hanging out that day, right? So like nothing happened. Like apparently this girl always calls her friends and is like, something feels weird, like a pan will drop in the house. So they're like, nothing happened, whatever. So they go in the house, they're like, whatever, right? But they go into the house and this girl is following them. And so he goes into the rooms. But the girls do not follow him.
Yeah.
Right? And
wasn't the one girl in the hallway?
Nah, I mean she went back down to the room.
No, but like the girl that died, didn't she die in the hallway?
Not on the third floor though, on the second floor.
Okay.
Yeah. So she never went to the third floor.
No.
Where those things happened.
I know, I got it, but like we had 3, if my memory serves me correctly, we had 3 people in rooms and 1 person in the hallway.
Yeah, but in the third floor hallway.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So now I think that he moved her into one of the bedrooms. After.
So he staged the scene.
Well, I mean, not really. I think he was just moving her. Like, I think they met in the hallway, and then as he was, they went. Okay, they were going back into the room.
I've been pretty drunk before. I don't think I've ever been drunk enough that someone is being butchered, and I'm not waking up in that room.
Maybe he caught him by surprise and muffled them, and then like.
Yeah.
That is what, but like that means like I don't know how you don't. Yeah, I don't know how there wouldn't be defensive wounds and or like.
There might be defensive wounds,
but then if there are, like you would have
defensive wounds on him,
like skin in the nails, right?
Like, yeah,
something along those. lines.
But he was full. There was like no skin exposed. He's fully clothed. You got to remember, this is November in northern Idaho.
Oh,
it's
if
cold.
If they're sleeping, I mean, listen, like person's not. I mean, you stab somebody when they're sleeping. There's not much. What fighting can they do? Like,
I'm talking about the girl in the hall.
And they're
the girl that came
out from being drunk as hell.
The girl that came out in the hallway. If he's like, right, and pushing her back into the bedroom, like her boyfriend is in the bedroom.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So like, I don't know. I've never been in that kind of sleep where there's a murder, right, happening.
Yeah,
that drunk.
I guess. I mean, I've been pretty drunk before. You've seen me.
Yeah, but dude, these people started drinking at 10 in the morning and didn't get home till 2.
Yeah, that's
I mean, you're talking about like 18 hours of drinking they were doing. So I don't know.
They probably weren't doing the 2-to-1 ratio either.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, two drinks, one water.
Definitely not. They were wasted before they got to the party that they went to.
I don't mean to make jokes. Like this is.
And if you look at the
crazy.
pictures of them, like that they took across the day, which you can see in I think it's called One Night in Idaho, is the documentary I was watching, and like they look wasted at like 1:00 in the afternoon. So if they're wasted at 1:00 in the afternoon, they're definitely wasted at 2:00 in the morning. Anyway, I mean they're wasted enough to get DoorDash at 4:00 in the morning. So anyway,
I'll never. All right, so I was pretty tired. When I went to Rolling Loud. Right,
yeah.
I was pretty wasted. I'm trying to remember, but we did order DoorDash. We ordered like a bunch of Taco Bell. Like there was a bunch of Taco Bell ordered.
You guys didn't even eat it.
I was knocked out, bro. I was getting text messages. I had 8 missed calls.
Oh my
text
God.
messages. I didn't respond to any of that.
See?
And then I went into the room the next day, and then there was a whole bunch of Taco Bell.
Yep.
So I had Taco Bell for breakfast.
Nice.
You did not eat that the next morning. You're
Oh,
crazy.
hell yeah, I did.
You're
Yeah, it was
crazy.
delicious.
Wow.
So this dude goes into the room and he comes out and he tells the girls, call 911. Just tell them that there's an unconscious person.
Wait, what?
Bro, this dude
Wait.
walked into these rooms and there is blood all over the walls, all over everything. You can't even see this girl's face because of how many times she was hit. And she comes out and the thing that they say is that he was trying to protect the other girls from the trauma of knowing what happened. So he tells them to call the cops and tell the cops that there's an unconscious person. So these if you hear the 911 calls, she's like, my friends, I think they just drank too much last night, blah, blah, blah. Imagine being the cop. And the EMT people coming in. But they do talk to the dude before they go into the rooms. And he's like he checked the pulse of everybody in there. And he like told the cops before they went in there. So the girls are off to the side and they're like, why are the EMTs not going up there, up to the 3rd floor? Because they didn't even go in. They didn't even go in.
No, there's no reason to go in.
Because they know.
They need to take pictures.
Yep.
And
Coroner.
they don't want to disturb the crime scene.
Exactly. So they don't
Well,
go
I mean,
in.
that's smart because like you hear in those small towns and nice towns that don't have a lot of crime, like they don't know how to do those kind of crime scenes, right? So like immediately you would have these people just trudging through the mess.
Right.
So at least only one person messed it up.
Yeah. And they know who it is, right?
Yeah.
So
or do they?
Well, I mean, they knew the one person who went into the room, right?
Yeah.
So these girls who are roommates, who were in the house during this activity, they don't find. So first of all, the call to the police doesn't happen until noon.
Oh my God.
Noon, right?
Oh, hold on.
Whole 8 hours later. What the?
Noon.
That is wild, bro.
It's wild. So the cops don't get called till noon, and these girls don't find out that their roommates are unalived until like 5 hours after that. They're sitting waiting outside the house, right? And they get a text from like their school broadcast system, like this mass notification system from the school, that there were 4 homicides on campus, that night. And that's when they find out.
But they still don't know. They just say, oh my God, can you believe there were 4 homicides?
No.
And it's in their house.
They know. I mean, I don't know if this is on campus, but it's like, campus housing, whatever it is. Like, they know at that moment that's what happened.
Damn.
So we're talking about, you said 5?
4.
4 o'clock the murder happened. 4:30 murder happened.
Oh, 4:17 was when he got there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 4:17. And these
4:08
girls
was
didn't
DoorDash.
find out until when?
Till like 2 or 3 o'clock or after that PM.
So a whole like almost 12 hours.
Yeah.
That's wild. There's too much that for those who are listening who don't think that they should call 911, just call 911, please.
Just do it.
Just call 911.
Just
It's better be safe than sorry.
I mean, I think there was some pressure there because they were like 20-something. They were like 20-ish, and they're wasted.
Oh, they were drinking?
Oh, listen. Okay.
I don't know.
Also,
Maybe.
Sure.
For those listening, don't rely on the people around you as much as you think you might rely on the people around you.
Yep.
You know.
Just call 911.
Prime example.
And lock your doors. Just doesn't matter if it's a good place. Just lock your doors.
Learn jujitsu.
I live in a place that I don't think's had a homicide in a very long time, and I lock my doors, all of them, all the time. But anyway, so I'm gonna kind of wrap this up, but just some
no, we
just
can't wrap it up.
I'm not gonna wrap it up, but I want to wrap up the timeline here.
Okay.
So the random just running through the timeline here at the end. So everything, the investigation starts. They don't arrest this dude for 2 months. I talked about DNA being in the house. The only thing that got left that this guy screwed up on was he left the sheath of the knife in the house that had his DNA on it.
Wow.
How'd that have his DNA?
I don't know. Because it was
his
like
knife, probably.
It was like his personal knife. It had like a custom sheath and stuff on it, and so he left the sheath. Turns out the dude tried to come back to the house at like 9:30, like the next day, but
in the morning.
I think it was in the morning.
I mean, the girls were still in the room, so he would have been fine.
But then he decided maybe not.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to not stick out
it was like
in all black and broad day.
Daylight, yeah, like it was daylight. So he's like, maybe not. Left again, and the only I can't remember what really was like the tip off.
Because his DNA would have to be in the system,
and it wasn't. So the way they tracked his DNA, so really they went through like some other video footage. They found that this car was there at that amount of time. They looked for the car. And so that was like, they were like, okay, so we have this video footage of this car coming in and coming out around the right times. So we think it's this guy, right? So that's how they kind of like get onto his scent. But he had moved to Pennsylvania for winter break because he actually lives near us.
Yeah.
Like he lived near us.
Like Poconos, right?
Yeah, on the east coast of Pennsylvania. And so that got him onto it. They rummaged through his trash and found a Q-tip, and that's how they matched his DNA.
What?
Was that done legally?
I'm
kidding.
I don't know what this deal is, but like in all these movies and stuff, people like search through trash, and it feels like you don't need a search warrant to search through people's trash or something. I don't know what the deal is. What is that?
It's garbage at that point. It's outside. It's not their property anymore.
Yeah, but I don't know if they like go on their property to rummage through the trash, or like you go to the garbage guy like, hey, I know you're picking that up, but like I'm gonna take that.
Oh, well, even if they go on their property, the sidewalk isn't their property. Sidewalk is public property.
True.
Anything past the sidewalk, when you put on the curb, that's public property.
True.
Yeah, but what if it's in a trash bin? My trash bin is mine. You're going in my trash bin.
My trash bins are owned by the trash company.
Oh, not mine.
So
my trash bin, I paid hard-earned dollars for it.
Well,
hard-earned American pesos.
You can fight that fight.
Well, whenever mine breaks, they just give me a new one. So I don't know.
Interesting.
But like, so they track that. So they don't arrest him for 2 months after. They don't indict him. So this happened in November. They arrest him in December or January. And they don't indict him until May. And then the trial is not even scheduled until like this year.
It was August.
August of last year?
No, this year.
This year. And then the sentencing was...
Well, so the trial was set for August.
Yeah.
And then in a strange turn of events, he then came back and pleaded guilty and took the plea.
So just
okay,
for better understanding, this event happened in 2022.
I didn't realize it happened that long ago.
2022.
It's almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So from May 2023, and his trial wasn't going to happen until 2025. Like, I think that they thought this case was just, I mean, it's super thin. Other than the DNA connecting the sheath of the knife to the Q-tip, like, okay, they have some like circumstantial video. Yeah, he was like in the town near the house, but like that's it. They took the car, squeaky clean. Even the parts that he thought were dirty. This is a 2011 Hyundai Elantra, right? Squeaky clean. He cleaned the crap out of it, right? They couldn't find any fibers from any of the clothes that he had. Nothing. Like, this dude cleaned up.
Sounds like he knew what he was doing.
Except for he forgot the dang sheath of the knife.
First time.
So
jitters.
for those out there trying to commit murder-dirters, don't forget the sheath at the crime scene.
Oh my god, bro. So
And don't throw your garbage in the trash.
Yeah.
yeah. So this is a wild story. They a part of the plea deal, they did not prevent him from talking to the press or anything like that. So I mean, there's gonna be something coming out. There's got to be something coming out, like his story, all that. Because, like, I mean, he was aggrandizing all these people. Why is he protecting his own life? You know, I mean, this is all he's going to have left.
Yeah, my question also is, like, I've never understood, like, the multiple life sentences. I don't get
he's
it.
never getting out. Yeah.
Right,
I mean,
like,
they just throw it on.
If you say, I'm going to give you a life sentence, like,
Isn't that forever?
Yeah, I don't understand. I'm confused. Like, what? If I have a heart attack, my heart technically stops, so I'm back alive again. So I served my life sentence. You revived me. Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't get it either, but that's what he got. And, I mean, this is, like, good police work prevented, you know, another serial unaliver from being out there in the world. Like, this dude, if he got away with this, I guarantee you he would have done it again. Guarantee.
So, yeah, especially if
It's
these
crazy.
people were done at pretty much random with no, like, real meaning.
No,
Was
they
he
still
from
have
that
no
area?
connection.
Was he from that area?
So he was going to school in a town that was 10 miles away. I think it was Washington State University.
Yeah, he must have
He was
done
a
some
doc-
research because I know, like, there was something I read. It was like a whole thing talking about it's like the only way to get away with something is to do it at random like that,
Nope.
and it would have to be somewhere away from you, like far away from you, that no one would know who you are, and then like you would have to like no technology with you. You have to have no way to be traced back, like all those
Yep.
things. So it's just weird that he would do that, like, first off, just at random out there, but then like have your phone with you, drive your own car. I mean, obviously he's got screws loose. If you look at the guy, he looks like a psycho.
Yeah. I mean,
but-
I don't know. I feel like like he looks like a psycho because I know what he did. But like if you look at him kind of more
It's always in the
objectively,
eyes.
like
always in the eyes.
Maybe it's in the eyes, but I feel like that dude, I could have passed him
I'm taking a peek right now because I got to see.
a number of times. The only thing that they have a lead on for motive was that as a doctoral candidate, you also do like
that dude's eyes he's got crazy eyes.
Yeah.
Bro. Oh my god. Jeez Louise.
so.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. Like, you look at those, you're like, yeah, okay.
But I
Steer
mean,
clear.
face wise, like he looks like a normal dude.
bro, that to me looks like he strangled kittens before he did this.
Maybe.
Um,
But so just like last point, the only thing they have to do with motive is that as a doctoral student, usually you're a teacher's assistant also. So he had a teacher's assistant job at Washington State University, and they fired him for that job because there were complaints from female students about how he treated them.
Hmm.
And it wasn't like he was trying to pick them up. it was like he treated them with like disdain and disgust.
Oh, mommy issues.
So there is an idea about how, he could possibly have, just this hate for women, and that's why he targeted these women. Now that guy that was there,
Collateral damage.
He's not like normally, like he stayed there with his girlfriend, but he actually lived in a frat house,
Right?
like across, like that was right behind this.
I'm still
So he's not
confused on
regularly
that.
there.
I'm still confused. That
Yeah.
girl walking by him and he didn't do nothing. That is wild.
He was tired.
He was tired.
I mean, he just straight up shanked 4 people,
I know, but what's one more slice?
like 100 slices.
Maybe he was just like locked in the zone, out of it, and just like tunnel visioned. His plan was go in, do X, Y, and Z, and then like that wasn't a part of the plan. Maybe that other guy took up the 4th person that he was planning on being 4 girls, and then left. I mean, there's no way to really understand what a crazy person
You don't
is
know.
unless you get
You
into
don't
the
know.
brain.
Well, maybe we'll get some answers.
They also said they thought that maybe he was there for too long. Like,
Oh, okay. Like he was.
I
trying
mean,
to
he
get out
already did
before.
in 4 people. He's like, man, maybe the cops are on their way.
I have a question based on this, though.
What's that?
If you were a family member of one of the victims, would you want this to go to trial? Would you want, like, the death penalty and him not to be able to take a plea bargain?
I don't know. Personally, if I had to choose between the death penalty and life in prison.
No. You're taking Bryan's stance. I'm talking about, like,
No, but I mean, I think this is relevant because I think that people in general, like, it's going to be less pain if you just put me to sleep, man. You know what I mean? I don't want to
Don't you still have to do 10 years?
Isn't
that what it is?
Only if you go through the whole appeal process.
I thought
that's what usually holds up the death penalty.
No, I thought there was a minimum time that you had to do.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought it was 10 years.
Also, you're talking about Idaho.
But even in that case, it's like, okay, you're giving this person another 10 years of life, knowing that they're just going to be out at that point. So, like, I don't know. I mean, the only way that I think it's a tough question with, like, would you want them to be alive or not? Obviously, like Scotty's saying, the death penalty, that's just an easy way out. Like, that's just like, all right, their life, they just go and they're there and now they're not there. But, like, life in prison, your life now for the rest of your miserable life is going to be behind bars. If it's life in solitary, then that's even one step further, which that would be like, the better option, because then you don't have the privilege of like socializing with people, doing any of the things that's like a normal life. You now have to just live with your actions and thinking about them for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but I don't think you get put in solitary.
I'm saying, like,
he's definitely going to be in max security, but
I'm not even sure it would be max security, to be honest with you.
Well, any violent offense is max security prison.
Got it. I don't know. From what I read, people were saying, they didn't want the family to have to relive that, and that's why they didn't go. But all of that's thrown out the window if he's able to do interviews and they're able to make these kind of stories about it.
That's
so, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if you're trying to be on one side, where the one side is, hey, we're giving him a plea deal because the family shouldn't have to suffer through this anymore. They should have closure, right? But then on the other hand, they're not going to get closure because this guy is going to do interviews and they're going to have Netflix specials and HBO specials, and it's going to be pumped in front of their face. So for me, I don't know. I'm just talking about me in general. And this is like, I talk about this on a broader scale. We can have a conversation on whether or not we think the death penalty is good or bad. But for me, if somebody is completely guilty, right, where there's cut and dry evidence, this person killed it, like video evidence, whatever it is, that we shouldn't be wasting time and having them in just eye for an eye.
Yeah.
That's the way I believe. I know other people don't believe that, but
So the only thing that would make me, first of all, I would want them to just spend their life in jail and like screw you, dude. Like, good luck with Bubba. You know what I mean?
good luck with Bubba.
I mean,
Brian
first
is
of
gonna
all,
be called Bertha.
scary dude, because like, bro, this dude, like, I mean, I think he's gonna walk in there, gonna be like, but they're gonna find out real quick. This dude's gonna be able to be, you know, Mrs. Bubba, but
Mrs. Bubba.
Mrs. Bubba. But like, so I would want that, but only if that plea deal didn't allow him to aggrandize his actions, right? Like, he's gonna be able to have reporters in there, and they're gonna be like, you know,
Yeah, he's gonna be a celebrity.
yeah. I mean, he already is a celebrity, right? So like now it's like now they're gonna be able to do all this like interviews with him and all this. Like, bro, how much was what's his name's
He's gonna get married and have conjugal visits. I guarantee.
I got a
it.
solution.
conjugal visits?
Yeah.
You should
Oh.
just, for like certain crimes, like, okay, sure, you can live out the rest of your time, but then just cut out the person's tongue, so the person can't talk now.
Wow.
They could write maybe, so then cut off their hands. No hands, no tongue. You can't
was-
talk. You can't write.
I was gonna say something really bad, but
Listen. I'm for.
I was gonna say something really bad.
hold
there.
back, Scotty.
Oh, he's talking about.
There's safe words.
He's talking
right
about
now.
your native tongue, I guess.
There's
Say it. Go ahead. Say it. Nah, dude. In
I'm
Morocco,
cutting
people
that.
just disappear.
I'm
And then
cutting that out.
they disappear and they're never seen again.
But I mean, look, yeah, you could do that, or you could just say he can't talk to the media. How about that? I mean, you know, there's that, right?
Yeah.
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 But what does he
But,
have to
like-
lose?
What?
What does he have to lose? If he's in jail for the rest of his life, he can talk to them.
I
and
mean,
what-
at that
what
point,
do?
if
Add
he
more
can't
time?
talk to the media, he might have chose the death penalty.
Well, that's a crazy story. We're gonna see more, and hopefully the family has closure. For the families have closure, and you know, they don't have to relive a lot of this trauma over and over again. But on other news, like in Miami, I'm not sure if you guys saw this. They're asking for help. So this guy, he went down to Miami. His name is Darius Coon. He has two kids, right? I think he was going down.
Down. Yeah, it works.
I think he was going down just for vacation. Nothing. I don't really know why he was down there, but apparently his mom was like, he would call me 3 to 5 times a day, always check in, talk to his kids, all of those things, and she didn't hear from him. So they put a missing persons, and days went by, right? And it's in Miami, so it's hot, right? And somebody was complaining about a smell coming from the 10th floor in this parking garage. So when they went to go investigate, they found him and a young lady by the name of Chastity, who just moved to Miami and was looking to start a new life from New York. They found it them both riddled with bullet holes, right?
Oh,
And
holy.
there's ties to Detroit, there's ties to New York. No one knows what's going on, and they're asking for help. So this is very new, but it did come up, so I want to follow this because
Do we know anything about like how they know each other? Is it like they knew each other from beforehand, or they just came upon each other?
no, I think they met down there and they were seeing each other a couple of days. So I don't know his role in Miami. I don't know if he was moving to Miami or if he was just visiting Miami.
He recently
Nobody
moved to
knows
Miami.
but him, right? Because
Well,
I
his
mean,
family.
he
Recently
didn't
moved-
even tell. Yeah, but he didn't even tell his family.
No. His family knew that he was in Miami.
Oh,
Yeah. His
okay.
family knew
He
that he was in
recently
Miami.
moved there.
Oh, he recently moved. So they both recently moved there. They both started, I guess, dating, like
He was traveling
seeing
between
each other.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
He had been traveling between both cities, so between Miami and Detroit. And then I guess she had just come from New York or whatever.
Yep.
So I mean to speculate here, it seems like maybe it could have been some kind of a cross path situation with a jealous ex or some kind of like something along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, but typically
But out in
those kind
Miami,
of
though,
typically those situations would be a little bit more cleaned up, right? Like, and you would be able to like, they've probably investigated a jealous ex. Like, hey, have there been any transportations from New York to Miami and any of these people that she used to deal with or he used to deal with, right? So, but it also it like, just think about Bryan, right? Like, we just saw a guy who executed this task and was able to get away with this, but it was planned, right? In a lot of those jealous ex, it's an act of rage, and it's not necessarily clean and taken into consideration. These people were shot in the car, and the person was able to get away. Not only get away, but like, nobody called the cops on multiple gunshots. Like, I'm not saying that there was a silencer involved, but I would have to assume that, like, something's muffling sound. Like, you're not hearing pop 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 pop. Like, I don't know how many gunshots, but they both had multiple bullet wounds from what they said. Now, the cops are keeping it very close. There's not a lot of information about this. I've been trying to find more every day since I've heard about this, but the investigation is underway, so there's nothing much more to say. But I found it very interesting, and I wanted to bring it up since we were talking about some true crime.
Yeah. Nah, it's pretty crazy.
Wild.
Stuff happens all the time, though. It's wild. You know, I think it's like they only solve 60% of murders in America. 60%.
That's a wild stat.
Isn't that wild?
That's a wild stat.
You have a 40% chance of getting away with it. And you got to think, a large percentage of that 60% is on some dumb, like, that nobody is focusing on trying to get away with it.
Bro, speaking of shootouts, did you see that video? And this is weeks ago. Did you see that video in Philly on that Ring camera?
Nah.
Bro, oh my God. It looked like a little get-together on a stoop, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, right? So there's a bunch of people on the stoop, and you just see dudes from the stoop shooting out in the streets.
Wow.
Like everyone's ducking for cover. They're trying to throw on top of each other. It is a wild video where
Philly's
it's
crazy.
Like, it was like the Wild West. It looked like the Wild West. That's what it looked like.
Philly's wild. Especially in certain areas of that city.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, on to other headlines in the media. We talked about Epstein and the last conversation with and listen,
the list
did some more digging in regards to this whole Donald Trump thing. Like, I know you mentioned, hey, Biden had all this information before, right? And if Donald Trump was on this or had any ties to this, he would have been thrown in jail and thrown under the jail way before he had a chance to become president again. To give a little backstory, Donald Trump and Epstein did have a relationship, and then does anyone realize that Donald Trump kicked Epstein off of being able to go on his golf course at all?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. This was years ago.
I didn't know
I want to say,
like, before he got indicted?
Yeah, way before. I want to say 2002, right?
Wow.
Because Donald Trump found out that Epstein was hitting on a 14-year-old at the golf course and was like, we don't want you here anymore. And then stopped doing any sort of dealings with him whatsoever. I had no idea of this.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe Donald Trump was like, yo, don't be picking your girls from my golf course.
Okay, sure. But like,
just playing devil's advocate,
But you don't if you're using this gentleman for your access to these younger women to be able to maneuver the way you're maneuvering, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't like publicly shame him, because if
Was it public shaming or was it private?
Oh,
Hey, he's on the blacklist.
I think it was well known that was
Like
cut
he went to the
ties.
news media and was like, "Yeah, he's not allowed on my golf course because he's hitting on a 14-year-old."
I don't
Blah
think
blah.
I don't think it was like that, but in these kind of communities where when you're dealing with people who are on like if you had a Lulu membership or a Doylestown Country Club, a lot of those people, they all know each other because you have to attend so many events. You have to do a bunch of things. You have to spend so much in food. So yeah, if you're not you're not there, you're done, right?
Yeah.
And then people are questioning why you're not there anymore. So
brings us back to friends and neighbors.
Yeah.
I don't have enough rich friends or neighbors to pull that off.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some. So Miss Maxwell, I said, if there is no list, then how's Miss Maxwell still in jail? And recently, news came about that there has been a conversation, and there's been
limited immunity.
Yep, immunity.
Limited.
Limited. Do we know what the limitations are?
I didn't read that far into it, but it was like, we'll give you immunity for anything you talk about that you haven't already been prosecuted for, kind of thing. What
I saw also was that she was being very, very detailed in the conversation.
The way it works is apparently it's something called proffer immunity or limited immunity, which allows her to speak freely with the prosecutors, specifically Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, without fear that her statements would be used against her later on to prosecute her, as long as she tells the truth.
So it's not like retroactive. It's more of like...
Yeah, so it says only her statements made during these interviews are protected, not her past convictions or unrelated activity. If she lies, the immunity can be revoked and her statements can be used against her.
And man, I would just let it all out then. I'd be like, well, I don't want to get hit for anything else.
That's why they do that.
Let me be as detailed as possible. Oh, here's where I committed a crime. Here's where I committed a crime.
Now, they did say that 100 names have been identified.
Yeah, 100 individuals.
Yeah.
Now, I did talk about this before, I think, when we recorded last week. Like, these are ongoing investigations. Like the Darius Coon, right? Like and Chastity Rodriguez. I want to say her name.
Yes.
Rest in peace, both of them, and peace to all their families. But like, the cops aren't releasing a lot of the information that they have because it's an investigation. So if there's an active investigation on any of these criminals that Epstein was dealing with, right, they can't release that information to the public. So, and I know it's been a while, right? So like, what's happening? And it's just weird that there was a list, there's not a list. How about a list? Half a list? I have no idea. But it's good to see that there are making some progress. I almost wonder if this is happening because Donald Trump's under fire, though. Right?
Yeah, so that's what people were saying. We're like, oh, they couldn't get the grand jury stuff out, so now the Department of Justice has to do something. So they went and go talk to Ghislaine Maxwell. Like, and it's like, okay,
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's one of those things like, don't look at this hand, look over here, right? And like we've been seeing this dog and pony show, and listen, I'm not saying that Trump, whether you like him or you don't like him, that's irrelevant to me. He is under fire, whether you feel justified or unjustified, and has a microscope on him, whether you feel that's justified or unjustified. But no matter what he does right now, it seems like there is heavy scrutiny, and there was this in his first term, right? In his first term, a lot of the scrutiny was based on like him just going on Twitter and just being a New York taxi driver, right? Like just saying whatever he wanted to say, where some of us found it comical and it was entertaining, like Little Rocket Man or whatever he called Kim Jong Un.
He called him Rocket Boy.
Yeah. But like it would rub people the wrong way, and I get it. The whole grab him by the, comments.
Grab him by the kitty.
Yeah. But
yeah, there's a couple things to it too, like from what I'm reading or what I've seen about it, is talking about how, like, obviously her history of perjury, like, the fact that she hasn't been forthcoming or there hasn't been truth for other things. It's like, how then do they verify her testimony? And then, like, also there's some scrutiny. They're saying, well, Todd Blanche was Trump's personal defense attorney. So they're wondering, like, will that then lead to, like, the discussions being overseen fully impartially? Like, yeah, exactly. Direction of hand, like misdirection, But who knows?
You got to do this because they won't see your hands.
Yeah, your one hand is off. It's like one hand.
It will not be in the video.
Just with his hand.
Yeah, you know what happened.
No, even that one will probably
they
be
cut that one off because I was caught stealing.
Oh.
Your tongue is next.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no. And which leads to another, like, high profile CEO in Australia, banker, right? Like, he got caught soliciting minors and, like, was extradited and had all of these different things. And next thing you know, he unalived himself, right?
Yeah.
It's very interesting that all of these things are happening with key figures. And I'm not trying to say there is a conspiracy or there's not, but
maybe there's a worldwide network that Epstein was just a small part of just like underage sex workers.
Oh, I mean, that I agree with.
That they're just knocking them off. Oh, you're about to get caught? Done. That's part of the contract you sign.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
I don't know.
It
Illuminati.
seems like there would be more evidence or more information leading to the fact that there is some kind of more wide-scale network of that going on across the globe in general, just from, like, all the different news stories and all the things that come out.
The evidence is there. These figures keep unaliving themselves.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like, how can there be evidence if you're unalived, right?
Exactly.
Like, if you if you decide to hang it up one day,
if you nip all the evidence, I don't know how Ghislaine is still alive, but
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if you're her, right, and you look at Epstein,
she's doing yoga right now,
and you right now, right this very minute.
No, I mean she's in a prison that allows her to do yoga. Like, she's in a cushy prison.
Yeah, of course. Love doing Fed time, but
Club Fed.
Yeah. If you're part of this, right?
It helps them. What is it called? Rehabilitate.
Oh yeah,
it's helping the rehabilitation process.
Reintroduce.
Yeah. So, but like, if you're her, right, and you had a relationship with Epstein, and you would never think that he would unalive himself, and all of a sudden, that's what happens, or said to be happening, and you question it, like, is that enough to get you to just shut up?
I don't know. She just gave 100 names.
Well, she gave 100 names now, right? Because someone said you're going to be protected.
Yeah.
At all cost, protection is what's needed.
Yeah, but I mean, from prosecution perspective.
No,
not from this, underground network people.
Sure.
What are they going to do? Like,
people?
We're going to give you a federal agent that's just going to make sure that this doesn't happen to you. Good luck. That guy is in on it.
Well,
do you see Spectre?
I mean, are you guys familiar at all with some of the, like, conspiracy theories around Ghislaine Maxwell? And it is Ghislaine or Ghislaine. It's not, the S is not silent. So you guys keep saying Ghislaine. It's not Ghislaine. It's Ghislaine or whatever.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Who cares?
I've said it a
Nobody
million
cares
times
about
and
saying her name right.
Ghislaine.
Because then people are going to be like, what do they say? Actually, no, it's good. Say it the wrong way, because then people can correct you in the comments.
There you go. Correct me in the comments.
It's Ghislaine, you moron.
the connection the connection, or
Just
there's
like
like some
Pizzagate?
conspiracy talk about, if you look at the connection, like her dad. So her dad is
He's like a lord or something in England, right?
well, his name is Robert Maxwell, right? But he was born Jan Ludwig Hoch, and his name later changed to Robert Maxwell. I don't understand where the whole name change comes into play, why there was a name change. It's a little bit odd, but his ties to like school books and being tied to Pergamon Press, which is a book company. And I don't know, it's just interesting, school books. Like when you're in charge of publishing school books, you can control what gets put into them.
Yeah.
So it's almost like some like
I
some
get what
people
you're
are-
saying
are-
there. Puts into them. I see what you're saying.
certain lines are saying that like it ties to, you know, being able to control the narrative on things or control what people are learning and stuff, furthering the idea that she's somehow tied to influence from external governments.
Interesting.
And that's
Very
that
And the
leads
plot
into
thickens.
that leads in the position of, you know, obviously Epstein side of things and her involvement in it from her bloodline of like, you know, her relative or whatever. I mean, this gets a little far out there, so we won't go too deep into it, but it's just, you know, interesting to think about when you start to look into some of these people and some of these situations that are happening, how they're tied into the bigger picture of like what's going on all over.
Right.
Yeah, and like the other thought processes, I know we said this last week, is like, if these 100 names, or let's just say what we thought, like 1,000 names, right? If these 1,000 names go out there, how does it impact society, right? If all of these big names are leading all of these different areas, and next thing you know, now they're all going to be thrown in jail,
Everything collapses.
Yeah.
or does it?
I think
I don't know.
the second that gets, if there is a list of 100 or if there is a list of something else, the second that gets out, it's like a house of cards. Everything topples from the top, right? Like you figure that the corruption or however widespread it is, it's not just those people at the top that, even if they're involved in it, it's not just them, because the only way that they can be involved in it is by support from other people that allow it to happen. So like you look at a wide network, you're not just looking at the tippy top of the people that are involved in it. You're looking at all of the people below them that are supporting them, all of the connections they have that make that even possible. So yeah, I think if that was to get out, that's part of the reason why some of this stuff is all like, you know, smoke and mirrors to like distract people and just give them stories and make up whatever nonsense so that people get distracted to try to go to something else and then forget about it, is because if it does come to light what the truth behind all of it is, whatever the truth may be, that could lead to bigger issues that basically take everything out. Because if you have those people in charge of like banks or financial institutions or, you know, publishing house, like school, whatever it is, they come down, then the people next in line come down. How do you recover from something like that? I don't know. I mean, media, whatever, like whoever it is, like Hollywood.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be worried so much about, per se, like CEOs and stuff. Like, I think they'll get replaced, right? There's a lot of talent out there that's ready to replace CEOs.
Yeah, look at the Strongman.
And,
They're replacing their CEO.
I mean, you know,
My point is, it doesn't necessarily fix the problem.
Yeah, but I mean, think about this: if there are 1,000 names, right? There's only 535 members of Congress in America, right? So let's just say you wipe out 20%. That's a huge void, and you have no idea who will replace them. You have no idea, and that's just America. Now you go to the UK, right? I don't know how many people are in that parliament. It's not a lot, because if you ever seen that room where they talk, it's not freaking big, right? Like, so now you knock out a bunch of lords, you knock out a bunch of the House of Commons. You have no idea who's going to replace them, right? Go French, right? because I think, I don't know if this extended to France, but I'm just
House
saying
of
that
Commons is 650 MPs.
that's crazy. What about the House of Lords?
House of Lords is 26 bishops, some hereditary peers. I don't know. I don't understand this, but
I don't know
unelected
either.
chamber made up of life peers, some hereditary peers, 92 of them remain, and up to 26 bishops of the Church of England.
So a little over 100.
Yeah, I guess we figure, like
Yeah. Or like
125,
110-ish
yeah.
or more. So I mean, we only talked about 20%. That's only 100 something people in the Congress, in the House of Congresses in America, right? So you got 100 something people. Now you knock out another 100 people, the House of Lords, the House of Commons, whatever. You now got 100 people out of Parliament in France. I mean, wild changes can happen politically and economically across all three of those major countries, right? And I mean, you don't know what kind of effect that could have. You just don't know. And then if they use that, oh man, it was 99 of them were Republicans, so now like now it switches from Republican to Democrat or whatever. Maybe the majority of them are, and we can go to the UK, like Labour, Conservative parties, whatever it is, right? So now you have major swings in who controls these countries, and that could cause socioeconomic disasters across major nations.
Yeah, that ripple would be.
The speculation would be the big thing.
Well, that's the problem that it is right now. Like, the problem is, like, we know what Epstein got arrested for, and we know the influence that he had and the people that he had around him, and he was in front of Hollywood. He was in front of all of these important political figures, and we know Ghislaine is in jail right now for things, right? So, like, and I hate to say this, but there was a list. Now there's not a list. Like, that's confusing. Like, you can't just, like, maybe in 1970.
Biden got rid of that list.
It's 2025, dude.
Maybe in 1970, you could have pulled the wool over somebody's eyes where, oh my God, there really wasn't a list.
No. You're looking at it all wrong. The list does not identify as a list. Just a paper with names on it.
Got it.
It's different.
I'm just a paper with names on it.
Food
for thought.
An index. It's not
exactly.
It's not an.
It was a
list,
Rolodex.
It's an index. Rolodex.
Yeah.
It was a black book.
Bringing it back. For those who don't know what a Rolodex is, look it up, kids.
Oh.
We're old.
Yeah, we're old.
All right, I'm going to take a little bit of a break.
All right, take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, pee break.
Potty time.
On to some crack cocaine in the White House. Wait, no. Maybe not in the White House.
Maybe. Who knows?
The world may never know.
Listen. We got the biggest advertisement for Netflix to create a docuseries instead of Breaking Bad, maybe Biden's Breaking Truth. I have no idea. I think it would go well. I mean, who knew that Rehab would sit there and say, "Hey, I quit whiskey." Oh, really? That's cute. I quit freebasing. Like, how do we even get along with this? This is like in the state of affairs where people think that they would rather see Hunter Biden in politics because he's so truthful.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't understand. I didn't see this.
Dude, there was a 3-hour interview, and part of the
wild.
interview, he breaks down on how to make crack cocaine.
He
basically was like, every single like Clips album that we've listened to, or Jeezy, or any of those that are talking about any sort of paraphernalia.
What is the value, though? Like, I mean, I don't understand. Why did he do this?
Well, because crack is good. Crack isn't bad. It's the situations that addicts get themselves in.
Did he say that?
Yes.
What?
Bro, why in the world how did we get here? Like I feel like I hit the elevator button on the wrong floor and I got out and it was a wild floor and I need to find my way back to my car. I feel like I'm in the episode of Seinfeld where they lost their car in the parking garage and they need to use the bathroom and it's just one endless story of craziness.
String theory, bro.
Dude.
Different timeline.
This is wild.
We just morphed to a different timeline.
What is wrong with this dude?
Oh my goodness gracious!
But like, what is the point of like? Is he trying to get into politics? Is he trying to like clean up his image so that he can go into politics? I mean, I'm sure that he would get the money because like, you know, whoever supported his father will probably support him. But like, really though, like, I just don't see the value in him doing this interview at all. Like, yeah, I want to talk about my crack problems.
Well, who did crack better, Tom Ford or Biden?
Probably Ford.
Tom Ford was that guy.
I mean, Biden is
Canada,
still,
right?
Dude, he's probably still on crack. Like,
yeah,
whose cocaine was it that they found in the White House?
No, dude. His sobriety date is June 1st, 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to come out in a couple days about how he's not sober anymore.
I mean, well,
he's just not an addict anymore. He's just not an addict anymore.
It could have been Biden's coke. I mean, he needed to be waking up every now
They
and
needed
then.
a lot of stimulants for him to be as active as he could. And did you see his eyes?
Little tootski, you know? Took a little tootski and
Toot
was
du
able
jour.
Yeah. You know,
Jesus.
I thought Bang was bad, but apparently they have a whole different
How
way.
about you just
There's
try
gotta
that and
be
give us a
something.
review?
I mean, hey, listen, as long as you guys can stand by my side and make sure that if I become an addict, I don't put myself in these precarious situations. Because Biden said crack isn't bad, you know, it's just the situation.
Hey, look, man, performance-enhancing drugs are not illegal for politicians.
Oh, yeah. Smoking your teeth is probably not necessarily the greatest. And like, hey, listen, hookers are hookers, right? At least it's not underage hookers.
Only if you, well, that's,
If you're in certain counties in Nevada, you're right.
But I don't
That's
understand,
crazy.
like, I was like trying to listen to the conversation and think about like why, like you just said it, and I couldn't find a why. Now I didn't listen to the 3-hour convo,
Yeah. Wild.
because I didn't think I needed to. I heard enough to understand that I don't need to be listening anymore, and
Yeah.
it's just crazy to me that there are people in the world that would sit there and say that they would vote for him if he ran. Like, I'm confused here.
No, I don't understand.
I'm really confused on the state of affairs. And then everyone will be like, well, you know, there's a felon in the White House. And I don't even want to go through that argument, to be honest with you.
I mean, trumped up. No, let me stop.
Trumped up charges.
Bro, they already got a felon in the White House.
Yeah, but it's like, this is, he's setting precedent. Now anybody can be president. See what I did there? President.
Misdemeanors.
No precedence there.
and other treasons or something. It's the only prevention.
I don't know. Apparently, I'm just. I've lived on this earth.
Don't think too hard.
For a couple generations now, and it just seems to be getting into the loony part of the world, and
It's wild.
It's
I
been
think
fun.
it goes back to what we talked about a month ago, I think maybe, about how like life has gotten too easy and things have gotten too good. So everyone's just losing their minds and going crazy and doing crazy dumb shit. And as a result, this is the outcome of what we're seeing, is a result of things being, you know, good enough where people aren't struggling as much as they were to like just survive, where they had to focus on survival and just basic bare bones life. Now it's to the point where everyone is thriving or surviving without any issues. So now we have all this craziness going on. That's the only thing I can think of that explains it. It's like that saying, it's like good times create weak men lead to bad times create strong men, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep,
cyclical.
I've heard that before.
And it just seems like there's a correlation between how things have like quote like kind of gotten better and better and better, and like the state of affairs in society, state of affairs and society, state of affairs in society is kind of like
so
done an
sir.
right her.
I like it how you do that right there.
But like like the inverse of things getting good and then society just going down the drain, like wacko crazy, getting further spread far apart, like polarized, like polar opposite, everything getting more polarized, identity, but like things just being tied to like us versus them. And we could tie it back to Superman. I didn't watch it, by the way. I didn't have a chance to. I did see Fantastic Four.
It's not good anyway. So
that whole idea of Superman, we're all human. So like we need to just get back to the fact that like everybody's a human, and not be so concerned about are you Democrat? Are you Republican? Are you conservative? Are you liberal? Are you progressive? Are you traditional? Like, just do you want?
There's a lot of victim mentality nowadays, and it's just like
and entitlement.
And you mix those two together, you get a recipe for disaster.
It's a Molotov cocktail for strong values.
Yeah. At the end of the day, listen, like, another reason why I guess he was talking is because he was talking about how he was upset with the Democratic Party pushing his father out of the campaign. And I'm not sure if he realized that his father was a shell of a man during the 4 years that he was in office. And
I don't know what you're talking about. He was perfectly healthy. The doctor said so.
Perfect bill of health.
Doctor said so.
And listen,
for an 82-year-old,
I know that he has cancer, and I hope that he gets all the help that he can get. I don't wish any ill will on anyone. I don't think he did a lot in the office that was noteworthy, in my personal opinion, but that's me.
Bidenomics, dude. Bidenomics.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. But yeah, which I wanted. I was going to segue this into something else, and I was going to ask a question, but because we're talking about this back and forth, this is going to lead into my conversation about Hulk Hogan. But I'm getting really tired about this race baiting conversation because it ties into like what is the state of affairs today and this victim mentality, right? Like where I just don't understand it. So I had the privilege on hopping on 2 live debates over the last week talking about this Hulk Hogan and how I should be ashamed of myself as a minority. Basically trying to reminisce of Hulk Hogan and his career and celebrating his life and not bringing him down because of a stupid thing that was made public, a private moment that was made public. Now, I'm not condoning.
Bro, you're white.
Yeah, no, I'm white.
Are you?
White
Have
privilege.
you looked in the mirror lately?
White privilege.
He's not white.
Bro, look at him. What are you talking about?
You look pretty white over here too, to be honest.
There we go. We're 3 white men.
Yeah, 3 white men.
We got like 8 light bulbs shining on us right now, so we are bright. I mean, I was bright before that. This is actually darkening my skin.
I turned. Nah, dude, you were translucent before.
I was wondering how Scotty was getting tan all of a sudden. We got these heat lamps over here.
I brighten up every
Just
room.
giving you a heads up, it is 77 degrees in this room that we're in.
Oh, that's
good.
Over
there. Over here, it's probably 80.
We don't want that AC on in the background, all right?
No, but like, so the argument that was presented was other ethnicities and races can't be racist. Only white people can be racist.
Wrong.
And it is extremely wrong, right? And I'm gonna talk about the situation. The situation is, first, people were talking about Hulk Hogan being abusive to women. Now, there were allegations, and this leads to a conversation that we had previously, right, where someone should be innocent to be proven guilty. And he was never proven guilty as a woman beater. That's first and foremost. There were allegations, never went anywhere. Then there was a sex tape released, right? And now I'm not sure how much of the sex tape was released or what was done, but Gawker, I believe, was the leading people who released that footage, and Hulk Hogan ended up suing them, winning the lawsuit. And
I remember that.
But the transcripts were released, and in those transcripts, he talks about how he doesn't want his daughter with an N word, right? Now, I'm not condoning any of that. I'm not saying that him saying any of these things are wrong, right? But I'm Hispanic, right? And you guys both know Danielle that I dated. Danielle is black. And when I met her family for the first time on the father's side, I was not accepted very nicely, right? So to put it at like only white people don't want their kids dating black people, no, there are plenty of races, not just white and black, that don't want their kids dating outside of their race. That is a thing. Now, should there be a... Now, there are a lot of private conversations that happen, and if they're made public, a lot of people will be looking at them a certain way. Does that make it right or wrong? No, it doesn't. I don't have an answer for that, right? But people's private conversations shouldn't be used as the end-all, be-all, that they are this or they are that. And
take it one step further.
Oh, go ahead.
Words are words. How you react and respond to said words is up to you and you alone. If you're going to be bothered by what other people say, that is a you problem. That means you do not have control over your emotions, you don't have control over your feelings, and that means you are manipulatable, or not manipulatable? Manipulatable. You're damn, I can't even think of the word. Damn, I'm gone. I'm lost. That's it.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Yeah, it just, listen, words are words, right? The word is in the dictionary. Because you don't like the way the word comes across, that doesn't mean other people shouldn't use the word. If you look at it from the way it is, I mean, you can use any word in an offensive way. You can use any word in a descriptive way. You can use any word at any point. Like, the fact that everyone makes such a big deal about it is part of the issue. And not to mention the whole idea, like, unpopular opinion, I think racism is a bullshit constructed, like, thing. It is BS, and it is an excuse people use to try to, it's just another one of those labels. Like the anti whatever other word, like, you know, all these other things, it's a label. It's a word used to label people, label you as a racist. When you look at it, right, like, it goes back to the conversation we had about globalization and diversity and multicultural stuff, right? When you look at other countries, European countries or African countries or Spanish countries or Asian countries, right? If those countries all intermingle and mix, then those places, those cultures or those ethnicities or those races, they disappear. So, like, the idea is, you look at it like, you have Asian people, they maybe want to be with Asian people, fine. If they don't want to, that's fine too. But to say, like, you know, you're racist if you say something because you don't want, that's a preference. If the person doesn't like a person because of whatever it is, that is a preference. If you don't like a black person because they're black, that's a preference. You don't like an Asian person because they're Asian, that's a preference. I mean, Scotty, right?
What?
Looking about preferences.
Right, what?
It's a preference.
Yeah,
you're an in-house expert on racism.
I don't hate anybody because of where they're from.
No. I didn't say hate. Okay. I said if you have a preference to someone or a preference away from someone, that doesn't make you
but I think we're talking about something completely different, right? Like,
I mean,
if you're like, oh preference. Man, your skin is black, doesn't matter anything about you. Like, I don't want you anywhere near me. Like, I think
I don't think that's ever happened though.
That's
right?
Like
he never stopped. He never stopped wrestling someone because they were black. He never stopped business.
What did he do
when he was black? He made a comment about how he didn't want his daughter dating a black guy, but using the N-word.
Well,
Yeah, he has
I
a
mean,
preference for his daughter because he wants to continue his race or whatever it is. There should be nothing wrong with that. Anybody that has a problem with that, that is a problem. That's on them. If you have a problem with how someone else wants to live their life or continue their bloodline, that is his legacy. If he wants it to go a certain way, fine. If the daughter wants to do something different, that's up to her. That is her choice to make. If he doesn't want her to do that, that is his choice to not want her to do that. She can do whatever she wants, but it is his right to have a feeling on how he wants things to be done.
And
So
my
it can't be a
argument
thing where
is,
everyone else.
sorry, good.
No, it can't be a thing where everyone else has an opinion on how things should do things, but then each person can't have their own feeling or opinion on something. Like, okay, you think it's wrong? Good for you. It's not your choice. It's how he feels.
I mean, I kind of feel like the way he's saying it seems like, he has this superiority complex about like how like, oh, no, I don't want my kids to be mixed with that race.
It's not
you know what I mean? Like that race is inferior to.
No, that's your twist on it.
Okay.
Where did he
I
say,
mean,
that's like
I
a
mean,
twist
I don't
on
know.
it.
Like, where is his motives? Especially when you use a word like that.
Yeah, I mean,
here's my argument.
Better way to say it, but
this is my argument. My argument is, if you take someone's 50 years, I'm using 50 years. If you take someone's 50 years, right? So like, forget 1 through 20, but you take years 20 to 70. Right, their body of work. If you take 50 years of that person and there is no evidence of someone being racist outside of a private conversation that was then leaked and shared with the world in a private moment, to me, I have a problem labeling that person a racist. I understand that he dropped the N-word. He might have said it 1,000 times in that conversation. It doesn't matter. 1 or 1,000 times. It doesn't matter to me. We're talking about one moment in life when there's
I don't
50
believe in
years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe in cancel culture. I think that's dumb. But like, yeah, I mean,
now listen, if there was evidence.
How long ago was that? I don't know. Like, when did he say that? Maybe it was 30 years ago.
Nah,
right?
it was when the sex tape was released, which I want to say is somewhere between
the last 10 years.
Yeah, like 2014 maybe. 2020, 2000, I don't know.
So 10 years ago.
Yeah.
The world was a different place 10 years ago.
And listen, like,
but that doesn't, I mean, it doesn't excuse it, but at the same time, we shouldn't like delete everything that has anything to do with Hulk Hogan because he made this one comment.
And
right,
this
it was in 2012.
2012. And this also leads into my conversation about the other gentleman.
It was kind of a very pivotal point.
Who lost his life over the last week, right? We cancel, like, so this topic of conversation is going vast, right? And this we're just going to call this cancel culture. Holy smokes.
Get the marbles out of your mouth.
To me, bro. Yeah, my mouth.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
I don't care if everyone wants to look at Bill Cosby as an animal. I'm not saying that gentleman is a good person at all, right?
Wait, he passed this week?
No, Theo Huxtable, the actor's name. Did you ever watch The Cosby Show?
No. The Crosby Show?
The Cosby.
Was it the Cosby Show? I thought it was the Crosby Show. I thought those were different people.
You want some Jello pudding?
Okay.
Oh boy!
You want Jello pudding? Let's get some Jello pudding, Wiz.
Get a good old pudding pop.
Listen, I mean, my dad was not one of them. He's probably more like Hulk Hogan than.
So The Cosby Show was a great show, right? And we can get our thoughts into it. My problem is that you cancel that show. Like, you can't find that show. You have to go buy it. It's not streaming anywhere, I don't believe. You have to purchase it. And I almost want to say, like, if you're famous and you get convicted of something like this, right, where he has multiple rape allegations and charges, and listen, I'm not taking that lightly, right? But it's not just Bill Cosby's show, right? There were all of the other actors, writers, people that still get paid residuals for that whole show. Now you're stopping
Royalties.
those people getting paid, right? Because you're removing the show. On top of that, I'm not saying that all of Bill Cosby's money should be allowed to go to Bill Cosby. Maybe you do something along the lines of the shares that Bill Cosby should be getting from the show go to something. Yeah, go to something like for victims, a victims fund, right? Where some of these victims can then start to be paid back. Like R. Kelly, right? Let R. Kelly's music be played. Don't cancel the music. And some of the money, obviously, because it's his, right?
But my body
goes.
My body's telling me yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That is getting snipped up immediately.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
But no. Let the money come in. Let him get paid for the things that he's getting paid for and create a victims fund and the victims get paid. Right? The cancel culture stuff is ridiculous. And to then blame, like, to look at minorities, black people, Hispanic people who are celebrating Hulk Hogan, like, Hulk Hogan had a big part of my childhood. I loved watching wrestling as a kid. And, like, he was very influential when it came to, like, the state of affairs in, like, just all around the world. Like, I
really?
Yeah, I don't know. I went back.
Brother.
I used to watch.
Brother.
He fought the Iron Sheik, right, at a moment, and that was a pivotal moment in wrestling, and it was like a pivotal moment during the time, right? You're a little bit younger than us, so I maybe understand why. And you, like you said, you didn't get into wrestling, so
I mean, like it was on in my house, and my stepfather liked it, so it was like, well, I'm gonna say stepfather, my mom's second husband out of 4 or 3.
Damn.
I always like to refer them as the number of spouse.
Yo,
my dad's on his 4th wife.
Your dad's on his 4th wife, and your mom.
The
was
3rd
married,
one passed, so like that's, you know what I mean, like.
And your mom was married how many times?
3.
Damn,
I'm pretty sure
7 marriages. In
the
that
3rd
family.
one passed also.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
Damn,
So,
death comes in 3s.
Yeah, I mean the 3rd. We can talk about my family tree on a different episode. It might take like a whole 30 minutes.
Yeah, we might need to carve up some time for that one.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
You're gonna need some recovery time too.
Yeah, but to me, like this canceling of people and taking something that was said or whatever and making them out to be the worst thing since I don't even want to say whatever.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, I know you're trying to draw some connections between Cosby and Hogan, but like, no, that's not the same. Like, Cosby drugged and
they're not the same.
And raped
neither
multiple women. Hulk Hogan said the N-word once.
Well,
that we know of.
We know of. Okay. But like, I mean, having a personal opinion versus like taking action.
A little pudding pop.
I mean, if Hulk Hogan was found out that he like, you know, unalived some African Americans over the course of his life on the low, like, yeah, but I mean, like, the dude
on the low,
the dude's like not a,
but like,
the dude's not like a villain, you know, because he made a racist remark. I mean, the dude grew up in racism.
I was just talking about what I mean? Cancel culture, but that's like, the tie. But like,
I mean, yeah, they're both cancel culture, but I feel like if I had to choose one to be canceled, it's Cosby.
Yeah, but I don't think.
I'm saying,
yeah, the difference is
it's Cosby.
Well, the difference between the two is you're canceling Hulk Hogan, right? And
Kelly.
There's only one person,
like,
right? There's only one person that canceling Hulk Hogan really affects. Well, Hulk Hogan and Hulk Hogan's family, right? But canceling the Cosby Show affects everyone that's tied to that. Canceling R. Kelly's music cancels everyone that's tied to that. Because there's writers of R. Kelly's music. There's producers. There's everything that could be tied.
I mean, they have I mean, okay. I mean, they have to like dig themselves out of a hole, right? Because they're expecting this level of income from the work that they did for R. Kelly's stuff, right? Whatever royalties they get off of that, so on and so forth. I see that. Same thing with Cosby, but at the same time, look, I don't believe in cancel culture, but I'm just saying,
if you're canceling one or the
this
other,
one event that Hulk Hogan did is
way different.
far worse than what R. Kelly did. And honestly, if that stuff what R. Kelly did was consensual, like, it's still gross, but it's nowhere near as bad as what Cosby did.
For real quick, you're saying what Hulk Hogan did was worse than what R. Kelly did?
No. I'm saying as far
the spectrum, it's like Hulk Hogan is here, right, where it's not bad.
Where it's not
R. Kelly's
that is bad.
And then
R. Kelly,
then what R. Kelly did was far worse, and then what Cosby did is far worse than what R. Kelly did.
Yeah,
right. Like,
which I don't know about that.
Agreed.
I don't know the details of the R. Kelly stuff, but
it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, was it like consensual stuff with minors?
How does that sentence make?
Well, I thought it was like statutory.
We're gonna
okay, but like
that.
consensual sex with minors doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
an older person manipulating someone.
I didn't say it was good. I said what Cosby did was far worse in the sense that he drugged his victims.
I know.
Plus, it was a scale of like more people versus.
I mean, but we're in the scale of bad right now.
Okay,
right.
Yeah, the only reason
I'm not saying it was good. I'm just saying like he didn't drug his victims.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Like to the point where they couldn't move.
Got it. So
or at all, he didn't drug his victims at all.
Yeah.
This was a good convo, I think.
I'm just saying.
The only reason why this even came up was because of the tie between what's his name?
Theo.
Jamal,
why am I drawing a blank on his real name?
Walter Jamal? No, Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Malcolm Jamal. Yes.
Yeah. The fact that he passed away recently, along with Hulk Hogan, and the third one. Who's the third person?
Ozzy
Osbourne.
That's right. So I don't know. I mean, no, I'm not even.
That's the only one I actually heard about.
Bad joke.
Until you said something. No, I heard about Hogan too.
I would say they determined that the real cause of his death was COVID from the bats that he ate their heads off of when he was younger. And I was like, that's a little.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
He was actually patient zero. You know, he brought
patient
COVID
zero.
to us.
Yeah. It took a long time.
He bought it from the Wuhan lab.
It took a long time to form, apparently.
Yeah.
Incubation.
It was that long COVID.
Incubation was the long COVID.
Anyway, you wanted to Scotty. You wanted to bring up.
So I mean, you guys mentioned these like celeb deaths, and I was like, okay, you know. And look, Ozzy, I don't think like Hogan. I wasn't really into wrestling. I didn't see the Cosby Show. I think he was also like the Theo was also like a R&B, soul artist, I think.
I think he was on a different show. I think it was like Soul Train or something. Or
no,
let me look. Let me look him up.
And then Ozzy Osbourne, I was like, I remember watching when Spice World came out and like Ozzy was in it and like the Osbournes were in it. I was like, who's that? I didn't even like know who it was until I was like an adult, and I was like, oh, I've heard this song.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that was Ozzy.
Yeah.
I thought he was just some crazy English person.
What was
I don't even think he's English. Is he Scottish? I mean, he's from the UK, but like Welsh. I don't know where in England he's from.
What's crazy about that is like the disease that he had, like how it affected him.
It was heart disease.
Well, no, I'm talking about like his speech.
Oh yeah.
Like if you ever listen to him talk, like
I thought that was just drugs.
Conversation. I mean, it probably had an effect on his cognitive.
Birmingham,
decline, right?
England.
What is that?
Birmingham,
England.
Oh, so yeah, that's northern England.
Like if he was sitting in this room, like he could talk to us, but like it would be hard to understand, almost like gibberish. But he can sing a song, and
he was on tour.
He finished
recently.
his last tour, or his last concert.
A lot of people are saying he was like one of the few people that actually got a chance to be there for his own funeral, essentially like his own send off Like his
Yeah.
final concert
Yep.
was basically his goodbye, and like he got to experience the the fruits of his career, his labor.
Yeah, those
all that
performance
stuff.
enhancing drugs, man. They they don't piss test the artists either.
Yeah. You guys
But,
like to go to concerts. Is
I
there
do.
someone that passed that you would have liked to, or like a big concert that happened that you would have liked to been at
Well, I mean, Queen for sure. Like,
when they performed at the whatchamacallit?
yeah, Live Aid, I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would have been
Live Aid would have
that
been
would have been
sick.
awesome.
Like that crowd was crazy.
Yep.
I don't know.
But Linkin Park. I never saw Linkin Park.
I saw them.
With the original cast. I remember like 2010 or something. I was like, oh, Linkin Park's coming by. And it was like $125 for the cheapest ticket. I was like, I don't have $125. And I'm like, man, like I should have
Was
paid the
that-
$125 for that ticket. You know what I mean?
Was that
But,
at
like,
PNC?
where?
Was it PNC?
Oh, I think I was in Connecticut at the time. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, I
yeah.
saw them at PNC with Hoff and his dad and his dad's friend. I'm actually going to see them next weekend
Nice.
with the girl.
Oh
lead
yeah,
singer
you
now.
wanted to
Where
go to
at?
that.
Yeah, I do want to go to their new one.
That's a good question. I need to double check.
Yeah. Let me know. I might go next weekend.
Next weekend, the 3rd or the 2nd. No, the 3rd. That's Sunday.
Oh, Sunday.
Yeah.
No, maybe I'll go.
Yeah, if you just
if it's in
Google
Jersey.
August 3rd, Lincoln Park. It'll
Oh,
probably
it's
show
Prudential Center,
That's
Newark.
like
Newark.
That's what?
Newark,
Newark.
where the Devils play.
Ooh, that's. Ooh. Anyway,
Ugh.
on the topic
$100
of celeb passings though, like one that got me that I was still like thinking about was Michael Madsen.
Mm.
Michael Madsen was Mr. Blonde, Vic Vega in Reservoir Dogs, which on my channel I actually did a Reservoir Dogs review not too long ago.
I didn't see that.
Um,
I need to get on TikTok again. I
But-
took a little hiatus because
but
That was
he's
a good
like,
movie, dude. Reservoir Dogs.
oh my god! it
for
was such
those
a
who
good
don't
movie.
remember the scene in like to know who Mr. Blonde was, he's the guy that
He was dancing
dancing and,
with the knife in his hand.
did a little art on the guy's ear.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was the
Like-
crazy dude. He's the one that opened up while they were in the heist. You didn't see that, but that's what they talk about if you know the movie. But he was also in Kill Bill and Kill Bill 2. And he was in a number. I mean, he was in Free Willy. I think you said he was in Free Willy. He was a voice on
Theft
GTA
Auto.
3. He was in what was the other one he played that was really like Donnie Brasco in Donnie
Yep.
Brasco. So but he's like the model for the like psycho, like kill hungry characters. Like dude is just wild. And what's crazy was I just actually saw a video after they made Reservoir Dogs where they were doing an interview with him, and he actually wanted to be Mr. Pink.
Mm.
Because
Is Mr. Pink the guy that didn't tip?
no,
Who didn't
Mr.
tip?
Pink is not the. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Mr. Pink.
It was Mr. Pink. Yeah, that was the guy who didn't want to tip. He was played by Steve Buscemi
Yep.
in Reservoir Dogs. And this was like really early in his career. He was like, I really want to be Mr. Pink. I really want to be Mr. Pink. And so he went in with Quentin Tarantino. And you got to imagine, this is Quentin Tarantino's first movie, right?
Was that his first movie?
It's his first full-length feature film
Mm.
that came out. And so
I
Quentin
love-
Tarantino, right? He's
I love
like,
Quentin Tarantino.
somehow he got this all-star cast. Like Harvey Keitel, Michael Madsen, Steve Buscemi, right? Like all these people.
Such a good
And
movie.
such a good movie. And it's the best heist film without a heist.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say the best heist film I think is Heat, but that's
I mean, that was also a good movie, but like there was no heist. But anyway, let me get to my point
there
because
was no heist.
I wanted to be quick. And he goes in and he does an audition with Quentin Tarantino for Mr. Pink. They were like, "You're going to be Mr. Blonde." And he's like, "Oh, I don't really want to be Mr. Blonde. Like, I really want to be Mr. Pink." "Okay, well, come on in and talk to Quentin Tarantino." So he goes and talks to Quentin, and he does some of the things he thinks he does really well. And Quentin Tarantino was like, "Yep, you're Mr. Blonde." and Michael Madsen was like, "But I really don't want to be Mr. Blonde." And Quentin was like, "You're Mr. Blonde or you're not in the movie." Imagine this, like, this dude comes into Hollywood, right? This is first feature film, and he goes to Michael Madsen, and he's like, "You're Mr. Blonde or you're not in the film. Like, I'll find somebody else."
Well, that shows he knows what he's doing.
Yep. And that defined, he said that, like, that defined his career. For the rest of his career, he only got cast for these, like, diabolical
typecast,
psychos. And he was like, "Well, I mean, I guess it did pretty well."
For better or for worse, right? I mean, it set him up. So, he got his type.
On one of these weeks, we should dive into the Quentin Tarantino conspiracy theory.
Oh,
what is that?
I don't even hear about this.
No.
All right, we're talking about that next week.
Next week,
better get ready.
All right. Well, I'll get the whole conspiracy theory up and I'll talk it through you guys. But it's in a nutshell, it's how the movies are all linked.
Yeah.
So.
I saw like a thumbnail about that the other day.
Yeah. It's an interesting take, and I'm not against it per se. But okay. Yeah, Quentin Tarantino might have made my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies of all time. Pulp Fiction is maybe.
Pulp Fiction is
one of my
masterpiece,
top 5, I think. I love that movie. I've introduced that movie to so many people.
Quentin Tarantino is one of my favorite. Like, he's up there. Like, I don't know if he's better than, like, Christopher Nolan and some other people, but, like, he's got to be top 5. Definitely top 3 writers of all time on my list, anyway.
Well, yeah, because Nolan doesn't write, right?
Yeah, Christopher Nolan
does he?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought he just shot. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
No, I think he writes and directs. Quentin Tarantino used to do writing and directing too. I think I'm not sure if he still just directs.
But yeah, so also another thing that really hit home, because I forgot how good the Cosby Show was. Like, I started watching a lot of, like, clips from, like, the show, and it just made me reminisce. Like, there were so many good TV shows that were all about family, right? It was like you had the Cosby Show, Full House, Family Matters, Step by Step, Home Improvement, like, that instilled the family values and morals around the family, right? And I don't think we have that anymore. Like, there's this one episode, I saw a video of it, and I think I put it on my Instagram, right? It's I forget the daughter's name in this show, the Cosby Show, but I guess she wants to buy her own car, and she's putting on this stance, and Theo comes running out of the kitchen, right, and is like trying to get her to stop, and he's like, and Cosby's like, no, let her talk, and then Cosby looks at Claire Huxtable and was like, "Do you want to take this, or should I?" And she's like, "I got it." And then Claire just says, "Come sit down real quick." And she goes over all of these things that the daughter thought were good ideas that weren't, obviously. And she goes, "We allow you this space to make mistakes because we provide for you a space to make mistakes. And we do it so good that you don't even realize that this is happening, right? But don't get it twisted. If you're going to have this attitude, you can take all the money that you have in the bank and you can go meet America." Right? And it was just a way of just being able to showcase like another type of, and I was trying to rack my head, or bread, whatever, both,
Stacking and racking that bread.
around like new TV, and do we see that today? I mean, like I don't see like shows that are based around the family the way they were.
Yeah.
You know,
Stick,
and I think
Stick has a family aspect to it. It had a pretty decent family aspect to it.
I mean,
but that was more like dealing with situations and stuff.
Didn't they restart like Full House?
yeah, I mean they did.
I don't
but,
really
like,
watch a lot of daytime TV. So I don't like. What about wasn't there one like Kid Sheldon or something?
Kid Sheldon
yeah,
was
I mean,
like just like a
sort of
child,
family.
but I don't
Big
think any
Bang
of them.
Theory.
What?
Big Bang Theory
Yeah,
spinoff.
What about like that '70s show that was kind of family-ish?
But
Eh.
you're going back. That '70s show came out when?
That's true. That's true.
You know, and they try to revamp
Yeah,
it.
but it
and
wasn't as old as like the Cosby Show. I mean, you
Yeah,
know
but
what
I
mean? Like,
went from the Cosby Show to Family Matters to like all of the ones from like my
Yeah.
childhood and a little bit past my childhood.
Gilmore
right?
Girls.
Yeah, the Gilmore Girls. That's really instilling family values.
You watched that one?
Do you watch that one?
I didn't see any of that.
I don't
back
think
in
the
the
Gilmore
day.
Girls was about family.
I think no. I mean, what do you mean? Sure, it was, but like,
Was it?
Not
What
really.
about Family
Oh,
Guy?
they have Sex in the City.
What about Family Guy?
No,
That's very
Gilmore Girls is
family-oriented.
different than that one. Okay, Gilmore Girls was the girl, her mom, and then the family friend guy, and then like whatever, like the
You're
mom,
really-
and boyfriend,
American
dude.
Dad.
Yeah, no.
Bob's
This is
Burgers.
cartoons.
I think
These are
a big
cartoons.
part of it has to do with the way cable and the way television in general has changed, and the fact that
People are just not
people
interested.
now just want to stream things and stuff is delivered in a different manner. So it's not like a weekly episode sort of.
Let me get my tinfoil
progression to
hat back
shows.
on.
Or the purpose of deconstructing the American
Let me
family.
get my tinfoil hat back on.
Yeah, listen. I was not gonna go there this time.
There's
But
no more
since you both-
subsidies for shows about the nuclear family anymore. Okay.
Listen, you went there. I wasn't going to go there, but yeah, it's by design because think about it. When you have people that are relying on a government and relying on a system, you have people you can control. And if you have people that are less involved in a nuclear family that have a support system or a system of structure behind them, they are more likely to be dependent on a government or a system that can then in turn control them. So yeah, I mean, if you look at it, it seems to be
Well,
pretty
it's
much
not
by
about
design.
control. It's about productivity, right? If you break up
Not
the
even.
family,
It's about
if you
control.
break up the family, then and it's more normal that then women have to fend for themselves. Then as a safety net, they have to have careers such that if they lose their man, and sometimes they're the breadwinners. Just I'm not gonna say that out loud, right? But sometimes they're the breadwinners, and it should be more often. I would love to be a stay-at-home dad. Magda, if you're listening to this one, please, you can have your career. I'll have the girls. But you know what I mean? Like now we have two adults contributing to the economy, right? Instead of one, right? They doubled the workforce. That's the key there. That's the key. Rich men can get richer. That's the important part.
Yeah, I think we should dive deep into this conversation. But I don't think now's the
I'm
right
not doing
time.
it justice. I'm not doing it justice.
No, I think it's a good conversation to have. But I guess the best thing we can say is, for me anyway, I appreciated Hulk Hogan. I appreciated I keep calling him Theo, but it's not Theo.
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Malcolm Jamal Warner. Ozzy Osbourne.
Michael Madsen.
Michael Madsen.
Bill Cosby.
Each of those, I'm not gonna say had a big role in my life, but they played a part, right? Like
They played a part in a lot of people's lives.
All
That's
of
right.
those things played a huge part, and we lost in a month 4 big factors.
Yep.
So rest in peace to everyone and families, and thoughts and prayers to all of them. I want to talk real quick. I know we're already going through this, so I'm not going to go through the kids article. But something happened to me the other day that made me think about being in simulation theory. So
Was there a glitch in the Matrix? Did you see
Nice
two black
haircut.
cats at the same time?
no, I was walking by, right, and
Like the sky changed.
yeah, and the sky.
Someone was
shimmered.
glitching in the street.
I was walking Dutch, and as I was walking Dutch, someone walked by me with something for their dog. And I was like, huh, that is really cool. I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't search anything. Nothing at all. About 4 hours later, I'm on my phone. And what starts to pop up?
Whatever that was.
Bro, when I tell you,
That happened to me the other day too.
I
can't
put
remember
my
what it was,
phone
though.
down and
Yeah.
I walked outside and I sat in my backyard in a chair and just looked up at the sky. I was shook
You
because
touched
I
grass?
didn't even say anything. There was no saying at all. There was no.
I think there could be a good explanation for this.
Did you have your phone out?
My phone's in my pocket.
When you were walking, you didn't have your phone out?
No, my phone's in my pocket.
Okay.
I don't carry my phone's in my pocket, and I normally have my right AirPod in, and either I'm listening to a podcast or I was talking to somebody. I can't remember what, but literally they walked by. It was a harness, but it was something on the harness that caught my attention, and it was quick. Walked by, I was like, I'm gonna research later. I didn't need to research it later. It researched itself. Now I didn't. I can't. I thought about. I know he's gonna say, well, close proximity. I had Amazon. They have Amazon. They order from Amazon. It comes up, but it showed up
You
on my.
both have dog.
But it showed up on
both
my
dog
Instagram.
owners.
And that's
Location.
kind of weird. But that
Location
never has
data.
happened.
Location data.
That never.
Did you talk to that person?
No. It was a. I was.
But still,
I was
that
on the phone.
proximity, right? They knew that you were both past each other.
I was
right?
like, that's the thing. I was on the phone and I was having a conversation. That's why I
But
didn't.
you said it was
stop
in your
and talk.
pocket.
On my ear.
Oh, in your ear.
Well, location ads based on location are big. For example, like Instagram will present ads to people that have dogs that are in a certain age range, that are like in a certain location. They will place it. But at the same time, I mean, listen, I don't know. Maybe whoever has that company, if you see them again, ask them where they heard about it and like where they saw it, because maybe they got presented the same Instagram ad and they ended up buying it from that Instagram ad.
Bro, when I tell you, I was.
I can only
What
imagine.
was it? What was
I
it?
was shook. A harness for their dog.
Oh, I thought you said it was on the harness.
No, it was all in one harness,
Okay.
and there was another pouch. There was a pouch to it. I'm like, huh, that'd be
Hmm.
cool. Like, because then like you could just store things in there, whatever the case may be. And I don't necessarily like. I have a couple shorts that my pockets are not deep,
Yeah.
and my phone is huge, so I could just put the phone in the pocket and just keep going.
And then you
right?
lose your dog and the phone at the same time.
Well, yeah. Well, that thought process.
Squirrel!
Too. Yeah, squirrel. But no, dude. I was like, bro, I'm living in a game. This is not right. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And you had a story similar?
I mean, I feel like something happened to me like this last week too, but I mean, I don't really have a story about it. I didn't really think of anything of it. I was just like, oh, I didn't even say anything about that thing. I was just thinking about wanting to buy something like that. I don't remember seeing it per se, but like, also, if you're in the market for similar products, right? And then maybe they add that, like, I think they said something like, there's like 356 data points or something that Meta uses to identify you. So like, that's a lot of freaking, like, what are those data points? You don't know what those data points are.
I don't.
So
I
like,
got scared. I was
Yeah.
like,
I could only imagine.
I don't think it's
I put
simulation theory.
I put my phone down
Probably
and
a
I
good
went
explanation.
outside and I was like, off the grid doesn't sound too bad.
Wow.
I'm gonna disappear for a few weeks.
It's
Going to
scary though,
wilderness?
right?
Bro,
Scary,
it is really scary.
though. Yeah.
Well, we all did a thing. We all saw Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, best superhero movie of the year.
No.
Equal to Thunderbolts.
His takes, like,
Listen.
what did you rate? Hold on. What did you rate Superman?
6.5.
This guy's smoking. You're on that Hunter Biden pack, huh?
Originally, I said 6.
Yeah, you're taking the Hunter Biden special performance enhancing drugs.
You didn't know that he had his special little recipe?
Yeah. Mix it with baking soda and water and freebase. Bro.
It was a good movie. I mean, the feedback that I got from someone who doesn't know really much about it was they went straight into it and didn't give any like build-in or any background into like Fantastic Four.
They spent like 8 minutes going over, like how they became who they were.
So I can understand her point, right? I'm assuming it's her point.
Yeah.
Farrah's point. But if we look at it from the perspective of like the comic book fans, we've already seen this.
You don't even have to
right?
be but you don't even have to be a comic book fan to know the Fantastic Four story. Like there's 4 other movies out there about Fantastic Four.
Okay.
So like they've gone through the origin story extensively.
Similar to Superman.
Well, this isn't the fourth iteration of Fantastic Four.
No, it's the reboot. But with Superman, I disagree with you.
Oh boy.
In that at least they gave you those 8 minutes to be like, look, if you don't know anything about Fantastic Four, they went up in a rocket ship, they're super smart people, and they got freaking their DNA altered. And then they came out like this.
Okay, I don't know if it was 8 minutes long. That little snippet like seemed pretty quick.
Yeah,
so
it seemed pretty quick.
I
you
timed it on the second time I went there. It was like 6 to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I watched it twice.
Is it 6? Is it 5?
It was like 6 to 8 minutes. I forgot to stop the timer.
The data guy.
Yeah, data guy. I tell you, this guy always wants points.
There was nothing for Superman except for like 10 words.
Dude,
You know
how
why,
many
though?
Superman movies have there been?
It's Superman. Fantastic Four is more obscure than Superman. Everybody knows Superman. Not everybody knows Fantastic Four.
All right. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, so, all right. So her point was they didn't spend back. So keep going. I'm interested to hear.
Yeah,
this.
they didn't build into this backstory of it, and then obviously being that it's a movie, it's like the fact that like storyline preservation, characters things have to work out the way they work out, otherwise there's no movie. Right? That whole suspending disbelief, like a lot of the things have to play out the way they play out, otherwise there's no movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was cool. It was different. I mean, we saw it at a theater in the city, and unfortunately, there were some people near us that were being obnoxious and like commenting the whole time and talking amongst themselves the whole time, which I was this close to saying something. I was this close, but then every time I was about to, they shut up.
This is becoming a big problem.
What do you mean?
Just like the movie scene in general, like it's not like it used to be. Like there used to be like etiquette in movies.
Everyone talks,
and now everybody just talks.
I
especially
disagree.
This guy.
Oh, shut up!
You talk in the theater?
No, I don't.
God, bro. He was
Done with
talking.
you.
We got shushed.
Let's
The
cancel
last
him.
movie we were at.
Tony,
We
you're
were at
getting
Fantastic
canceled.
Four together. We did
I
not
know.
get shushed.
Yeah, we got shushed.
No,
he was trying to have a conversation with me in my ear while we're. He was like, "Oh, that's not forced comedy. That's not forced comedy." Like midway through a joke.
I will say, to his point, there did seem like there was a lot of forced comedy in that.
Just wait till you watch Superman.
Bro, no. Only reason why I brought that up is because you were saying
Superman was
like, oh, no, forced comedy, just like Deadpool. Like,
no, I never said that Deadpool had forced comedy.
Deadpool was the originator. All the other movies now feel like they're leaning too much on the forced comedy.
They're
You can see
forcing
it
in the
now.
comedy to try and be like Deadpool.
Yes, they're trying to get
okay,
people
so
to
I have a question for you. Everyone here has read comic books, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tell me there's not comedy in the comic books.
There
There
comedy.
is.
There is.
Right, so you have to.
Yeah, but you need to write it better. Not like in Superman.
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think that it was bad in Superman. I didn't think it was bad in Fantastic Four. I was just proving a point that there were parts where you can sit there and make the argument that this was forced.
Yes. It's all a matter of perspective, right?
Okay,
If
so
it
your
sounds forced to
perspective on
you,
Superman was bad and
very
your
forced. That's right.
All right. So keep going with your
I still
take.
think Batman is better. I'm not like a Marvel guy who hates DC. Like the Batman was probably was leagues ahead of Fantastic Four or Thunderbolts. Although I like both Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts. I think I gave Thunderbolts a 9 and I gave Fantastic Four a 9 as well. Maybe I would have given Thunderbolts 8.5, but it was good.
Yeah, it was a good movie. And the more I think about it, I enjoyed it. I mean, I guess I just wasn't really sure what I was expecting in it. I feel like that scene with Sue Storm, like, I don't know. I mean, it just seemed too cliche and too, like, expected. And
Which one?
The one where after she fights, I mean, I just jumped all the way to the end of the movie. Basically, the middle part was just like, okay, there was some ridiculous stuff in there. All right, let's use a wormhole to slingshot around, and it makes me think of Interstellar and some other shit. But it just, the whole scene where her like using her last of her energy. I mean, she could have done that. Could have been done earlier the first time around when he was going to step over the line versus later on after Colossus, or no, what was it?
Galactus. I had that same thought. Except, right? Like maybe she knew that like this is it. Like there's no other opportunity. Before they hadn't activated the whatever device.
Oh yeah, the transporter.
Right? Yeah, they hadn't activated the device, but like I guess they didn't at this point either. But maybe she thought, okay, there's a chance we can get him back over there. Let's try that. And then she got to the point where she was like, this isn't working. Like I'm gonna have to sacrifice myself for my child. And I mean, like that was like a big part of the move. Like that was like a big part of the underlying message, I guess, of the film. Of like, women will do anything for their children, including sacrificing themselves.
Silver Surfer was cool. I mean, there's just something about the actress that played her, because they show
I love her as an actress.
I mean, she's cool because she doesn't know shit about fuck about shit or whatever it is. But like Ozark, in case anybody was
her in Ozark was awesome
from Ozark. I just don't. I mean. I feel like there could have been more from her, like from that character in the movie. But I think it was good. It was good. It was a good amount that they had her in it. So I don't know.
I think she's going to come back.
The best scene of the movie was the chase scene, in my opinion. That was the best scene of the movie, where they were trying to get away from Silver Surfer, and that was the best like action scene.
The best
real part.
The best part was when the hand on the stomach, and then they warp speed away. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he has to like fire it at the wormhole around the thing to get her. Like that made me think of Sonic. You know, ever played Sonic when you're running through the rings?
Goes the loop.
Yeah, the rings and shit.
Collect the coins. Listen,
the coins, yeah.
I enjoyed the movie. I'm not sitting there and say that the movie was bad. I enjoyed it. I thought that they like. You made this comment earlier. The Galactus like scenes, like the scale scenes. Right?
Oh yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool, but I thought like that end battle was caca. To be honest, with you. My personal opinion, like they underutilized Galactus. It didn't seem like. I know that they can bring him back, and I know that this can be done again, but like I feel like. It wasn't my problem with some of these action movies is that there's such a build up, and then you get to the like where it's supposed to be like the fight, and that's like 10 minutes, or it's like not long at all.
Yeah.
And like I feel like there could have been so much more. And
I mean, I feel like the whole end scene was like 30 minutes long.
No.
Yeah.
No, you should have timed that because
I'm pretty sure.
No, you
sure
should have timed that
was.
one because that.
It was drawn out a little bit too. That's the thing. It was drawn out with the prep, the setup, the getting evacuation, the go down underground, the luring them there, him showing up in the sky, then them getting into their positions, then him not going to the thing, then him going to the tower, scanning it, going to get the baby.
Yeah,
then
you're right.
like
I feel like it could have done with another 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, and it was like also it could have been more of a fight scene and not
Yep.
just have everything lay on Sue Storm to just.
But the problem is though, then you're like degrading the grandness of Galactus. I mean, like what could they do to this guy? You know what I mean? Like what kind of damage could they have done to him? You know, other than like what Mr. Fantastic did was like open up his little freaking portholes in the back of
Get
him,
some lava
like,
going.
you know, to get the lava blood flowing out of his back.
Pop the pimple.
Like what could you have done to that? You know, what could they have done? I mean, I guess Mr. Fantastic could have like wrapped himself around him and make him trip over himself, but the idea was to get him to the portal. So that kind of was like that would have been counterintuitive to like their goal, right? So I don't know. I mean, like, how could you have extended that fight scene?
Listen. I'm critiquing it. I'm not writing it.
I'm just giving you I'm just asking the question.
Well, I mean,
right? I think it's a good question to ask.
Sure, but like I didn't write that fight scene.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't risk it all being him being teleported, right? Or coming up with a different way.
But that's how they showcase Mr. Fantastic's intellect.
Okay, but then they don't showcase any of the other except for Sue Storm, right?
Yeah.
Like so. Here's another one of my problems, and Muhammad hasn't heard this take yet. Like, you don't in Fantastic Four's, like, the way that they worked was each of them had their flaws, and each of them, at their own, they couldn't handle anything. But together is how they overcame, right?
Yeah.
And they worked together and they overcame each other's flaws. Like I told you, Johnny Storm, he always rushed. He didn't think a plan through. He was always like hot-headed and just goes, right? You had Thing, who was very irritable and angry and led with anger and would mess things up from that perspective. You had Sue, who couldn't control herself at times. Now, I understand where they fast-forwarded the timeline here where like they've already been established, but this was an ongoing problem. It never got solved in the comic books.
Yeah, but I mean, like
and Mr. Fantastic thought he was the smartest man in the world, and he would
thought
maybe he is, but
he is the smartest man in
but
the
sometimes
Marvel universe.
he would overthink himself, right?
That's right,
and get himself into situations where the thought wasn't complete, and or he didn't create a great plan. Like that's why he held himself accountable for not thinking about what
like
could have been done
and stuff like that. Yeah, but I mean, like they did work together up front, right? Like up front, like think about I'm not
talking about working together. I'm talking about they didn't showcase their flaws, and that's what made Fantastic Four so fun to watch. Because
I don't know, I think they did showcase some flaws. Like the Thing. Remember when what's his name?
Galactus?
Flame guy.
Johnny,
yeah, but Human Torch. Human Torch went and got the Thing, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, let's not even think about this, and let's just like crash ourselves into Galactus." And then it like didn't work because like Galactus is ginormous, and they were like a fly landing on him, right? Like, right. I mean, they distracted him a little bit, but then you see like when Sue like bent the light so that way the flame could be intensified going into the eyes of Galactus. Like that was them working together, right? Or when the Thing threw the oil truck at Galactus and the Human Torch lit him on fire, right? Like, yeah, it was ineffective, but it worked, right? So, and then Mr. Fantastic had this great idea about we'll just use the child as bait and then we'll teleport him, then we'll move him over to the thing. That didn't work, right? So like, yeah, his invention worked, but the way they got there, and Sue had to pick up the slack, right? So they all worked together.
And that was all after Shalabal came through and destroyed all the teleporters.
Yup. Didn't even think about that. Didn't even think, oh yeah, we'll just teleport the Earth. And it just didn't happen fast enough, right? How many times? Yeah. How many times did Mr. Fantastic have a plan and it didn't work in this movie?
Okay, I hear you, but like, you sort of saw him being a little hot-headed during the lava scene, the Human Torch, where he almost used his...
He was muted in general. That was, personally, I'm not going to argue those points.
Yeah.
And the Thing was underutilized, in my personal opinion.
I agree with that 100%.
I agree with that too.
So
I agree with that too.
At the end
but
of
to me, they're like less powerful characters than
But you
Sue
need all of them.
yeah, okay.
So, I don't know. Listen, I still give it a 8.5. Superman was better, bro. Superman was better.
No, definitely wasn't.
Mole Man was the man.
Oh, right, dude, I love that guy. That
He's
actor,
so good
I love him.
Cobra Kai.
He's so funny. He's so funny. I'm happy he's getting into other movies.
Yeah.
But listen, I felt like this movie was an Incredibles movie. Honestly.
Like it was or it wasn't?
Was an Incredibles movie. Like the Mole Man,
yeah.
I forget what they call him in the Incredibles, but like really? I was like, come on. The whole like train scene where the Human Torch welds the freaking the train track back together. Like they had a train scene in the Incredibles. I like the whole time I was watching this movie, I was like, did they just take like bits of the Incredibles and was like, just throw it in there, like that'll be cool.
It was
like,
the
I was like,
Underminer.
what the hell? Yeah, the Underminer.
In Incredibles, he was the Underminer.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes has Fantastic Four at 87.
Yep.
And
Superman
is 83. And the fans have 93.
Oh.
Yeah.
So.
Did you look at the unverified fans, though?
I don't know what that is.
If you click on the popcorn meter.
Yeah.
You should be able to. There's like a slider.
I'm only seeing.
There's like top critics, and then there's like all audience 89, top critics 80 on the tomato meter, and 89 on the popcorn. Let's look up Superman.
Where do you see that at though? What app are you using? Are you using Rotten Tomatoes?
I'm just RottenTomatoes.com.
Oh, so I was using Fandango. That's
so 88 on the all audience, which is not 89, and the top critic 71% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I don't know, man.
Listen, I don't know.
And also, Fantastic Four is enjoying a lot more gross revenue.
I mean, it's
Tens of
it's a
millions.
Marvel movie.
It's a Marvel, yeah.
It's true.
But I'll be honest with you, it didn't feel like it lived up to a Marvel movie title.
But Fantastic Fours haven't. I feel like this is the best Fantastic Four. I feel like this is the best Fantastic Four.
Yep.
And I feel like the cast has been casted well, even though he doesn't believe so. And
what do you mean?
You say you don't think Pablo is a good
Pablo. Here's racism at work right here. Pedro Pascal.
Pablo.
So in my first review, I did say that. Like Pedro Pascal, I felt like the second time I watched the movie, I warmed up to him a little bit more.
Oh, you warmed up to him?
I honestly, it wasn't his performance in the film. It wasn't that I thought he did a poor performance. It's that the movies that I've seen him in the past has been a very different character.
You just saw him in Eddington. That's like...
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. It's like a personal preference kind of thing, you know? But,
fair.
No.
I thought the movie was good. I thought it was fun. What do you think about the end scene?
The first one or the second one?
With Dr. Doom?
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
With Dr. Doom, the mid-credit scene or the end scene where...
The mid-credit scene.
The end scene was just that cartoon.
Well, there's a mid-credit scene, and then there was the end credit scene, but then there was like the ending scene where Sue comes back to life.
We knew that Sue was coming back to life.
Yeah, that showed in the movie.
I'm more, well, yeah, but you know, everyone thought that Franklin Richards was going to be a normal baby. If you read the comics, spoiler alert for anything in the future that comes out of this, Franklin Richards is the most badass superhero of all time. Like, he's scary, but he's also the most powerful. So, like, this baby, I'm more excited to see him than Doctor Doom, to be honest.
Okay.
If they get that far.
Hopefully they do.
Yeah, Doomsday comes out next December, right? Not this December, next December. And then
Really?
Secret Wars comes out the following December after that. And that would wrap up this
Marvel.
I mean, they're going
Phase?
to reboots. They're going to have a bunch of things, but that wraps up this
Phase?
Avengers. Yeah.
Phase
No.
6?
Like we're
Phase 6 is the last phase? It's over?
No, that was 7.
Oh.
So just to clear it up, Superman is 1% lower. Actually, it's 4% lower on the tomato meter and 1% lower on the popcorn meter than Fantastic Four.
Yep. Fantastic Four is better.
I don't know. We'll see what happens over time. You know, maybe the rush of people will change it.
Maybe.
But, I think, Muhammad, I think you should see Superman. I thought it was a fun movie to watch.
It was
It's
bad.
not bad.
It was bad.
I'm excited for a couple weeks from now to go see Weapons. Trailer just came out, like a 15-second trailer or something like that, and it looks wild.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. I watched Untamed on Netflix, was a decent show. And what am I watching now? Oh, there's an old show from Stars that's on Netflix that I started watching called Hightown. It's been a fun watch. So that's what I'm watching. I got to brush up on some of these movies that Scotty's watching. And I really do want to do that top 10 movies. Because that's only from this decade. What was that list from?
In the century. 25 years.
All right, 25 years. So, yeah, I would like to do the top 10.
I'm doing the readers list.
The readers list?
Yeah, so there's two. There's one by the 500 directors or whatever, and then there's one that everyone voted on. All the readers of New York Times voted on.
How long is the list? 100?
100, yeah.
You're watching all 100?
Yeah. Avengers Endgame, I just saw it. Pride and Prejudice, Inception, and Boyhood were the 4 that I'm reviewing. I think Avengers Endgame was 100. Boyhood was 75. If you haven't seen Boyhood, bro, that there were so many nostalgic moments there where the soundtrack was great. It was all the music we listened to in middle school, high school, whatever. It was a very good movie. There's no action. It's very drama, goes through the life of this kid and his parents are divorced and the fights between them and it hit home a bunch of times. Boyhood was 75. I think Pride and Prejudice was number 50 and Inception was 25. So what I'm doing is I'm reviewing 4. I'm trying to review 4 at a time, and it's going to get closer to number 1. So next time it'll be 99, 74, 49, and 24.
Dude, how are you watching a Marvel movie out of because you stopped.
I didn't see Infinity War.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That is blasphemy.
Watch them out of order, man.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't have time to watch them all.
I mean, sure, I guess.
Oh well. It was a great movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's a story that's going along with it that you're missing out on, but
I felt like
This guy's I'm gonna come right to the
worked.
chase.
I felt like it sort of worked. There were a couple things I was kind of lost on,
Yeah.
A couple.
I mean, I knew
That
about
would've been all
Thanos.
cleared up.
I knew who Thanos was. I knew who the stones were. I saw like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, so that kind of introduced you to that.
But
So
all right, well, thanks for joining us on a wonderful Sunday. Well, when you guys hear this, it's Thursday, and look forward to connecting with you guys all. Cheers.
Yeah.
see you next week.